Hey guys! So I felt like making a vlog video today just to spill out all of my thoughts from my brain, because that's what I like to do sometimes, and I haven't made a sketch vlog in a long time. And you guys are like my little friends who are just sitting there listening to me to talk because I don't have any real life friends. Anyways, so today's video is going to be about Back to the Future. Well, kind of, because have you ever just wish that you could go back in time? I know I'm kind of a nerd and wish that things from movies were real, like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. And that weird science guy, although he probably might creep me out, because I don't know how that would work if the main character was a girl like me. But sometimes I just wish that we could go back in the past and just fix things, not really change it or twerk it. That's a whole different story. I don't know how to do that yet. Can I go back to the future and learn that? So like what I was saying, if I had a DeLorean like for Back to the Future, I would go back in time and just like warn myself, not really like show up in front of myself like, hey young me, why don't you do this? Because I think I would freak myself out because I can't handle situations like that. Maybe I would just like mail myself a letter and type it so I won't get too freaked out. Yeah, maybe I will listen to mystical letters that come in the mail from strangers. That'd be weird. But if I went back in time, I would tell myself to not talk to that boy and try to be friends with him and get along with him who's a big jerk. To stand up for myself and tell people actually about the bullies I had in high school. You know, someone important who could actually help me. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself, don't be friends with that person who will haunt you for the rest of your life. Because Facebook will be invented in your life and you will be on it. Because Facebook is a great invention, but sometimes it just gets too crazy and depressing. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself maybe even just the littlest, smallest things that I didn't think was a big deal back then, like, oh my gosh, I went to Vegas for my first time when I was around 10 or 11, and I just got my first Game Boy Color, was the purple clear one that was awesome looking, and I had all these games I saved up my money for and bought with my own money, and I put it all in a Tweety Bird backpack because I knew in Vegas that I could not gamble or have fun. So I had all these games and awesomeness in this Tweety Bird backpack that was jean and it was so cool, and I left it in the car and it got stolen because I was really dumb. And I had to save up all my money to get another Game Boy Color and all those games again. I used to remember every single game I had in my little backpack. Remember? This was back in the day when you couldn't just buy a Game Boy Color off eBay for really cheap, but you actually had to save like $500 or more to get all the games in the actual Game Boy. It was magical, let me tell you. The color purple clear one reminded me of unicorns. It was so cool. But aside from the little things in life, I would tell myself and other people maybe about 9/11 and what's gonna happen and all the catastrophe, because I think if that could be prevented, a lot of great things would happen and so many people wouldn't have been lost. Like if I could go back in time, I would just tell myself you need to work harder in school because these grades, they do actually matter and you won't get into your dream college and it'll be a real struggle. So I don't know, maybe I won't change anything from my past because I think that sometimes we sit around and regret things we've done, especially with sites like Facebook, and just maybe you don't like how things are turning out. But if you really try, I think that things will get better. And we can't just keep going back in our past and living in it and flipping through it like a photo album. Just look forward and really try hard, because I do think that hard work will pay off. I don't know, maybe that's why I keep making these crazy art videos. So that is just my vlog rant today. And last time on Sketch Vlogs we talked about what are some situations in life that make you feel uncomfortable, and I had some hilarious comments which were hard to choose. One of my favorite ones was from this person who said that when they walk their dog poops right when someone they know is coming by. I mean, I could relate to that. And this person who said that when you invite two people over and they just sit and talk and chit chat and you're just sitting around just like, what? And also this person's comment, I liked him, because when you're going to the mall by yourself, which I've done a lot, because I used to work in a mall, it's a long story. I worked in a pregnancy clothing store. You don't even want to know. That's another vlog. And people seem to stare at you when you're walking alone in the mall. Yeah, I understand. I feel you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to hear all your comments and video responses on what you would change in your past if you wanted to, or if you don't feel like you really want to change your past because it makes you who you are, because we might be a totally different person than who we are today if we changed our past. Tell me why if you wouldn't. And I will see you guys next Monday in the next video. I love you all. Bye.